welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today it is time for another sample project pan update. I think this is my second update and I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on the samples that I've already used up and then sharing the new samples that I will be rolling in. The idea here is that we accumulate a lot of samples as we make makeup purchases, because usually no matter where you buy makeup from, you also receive a couple of samples, whether those are deluxe size sample, foil packets, pressed samples onto flimsy little pieces of cards, all that kind of jazz. So I have been trying out lots and lots of samples and here are my thoughts. The first thing that I used up is, well, sort of. I mean, I have like all of these foundation cards that have lots of different shades, so I can only usually use one of those shades. So here are the three that I cannot use out of the Too Faced The Modern Way to Wear Matte Makeup. This is their Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I didn't hate this, but I would not repurchase it. It was fine. It wasn't as bad as the foundation I used up the month before, which is the Jouer Essential Foundation. I did not like this one at all. So this one was definitely better. It wasn't the worst, but I wouldn't repurchase it. I just think that there are better foundations out there. So there is my first one down. Next, I did use the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer Pot. So they had three different shades, I think, yeah, three different shades. The one that I tried to use was light, and I don't know if maybe this sample was expired or what, but I hardly was able to use it. There's still some product left in here, but I tried putting my finger in there and then dotting it under the eyes or over blemishes, and it was horrible. It did not work well. It looked horrible on the skin. So again, I don't know if this was expired, but I didn't use that much of it because it looked so bad. I don't see a date on this anywhere. No dates or anything, so who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But that was the second thing that I used up. Ooh, next we have the one skincare item that I threw in last month, and this is the Boscia Makeup Breakup Cool Cleansing Oil. This I actually liked. This was fine. I think that I got 2.5 uses out of this little foil packet, but Boscia is not cruelty free, so I don't recommend it and I would not repurchase it. And the last thing that I used up are these two primer packets. So I have the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer and then also the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. So I have both of these two little samples. They were fine, nothing to write home about. I don't think I wouldn't purchase a full size of either one of these. Now I have a fifth thing that I rolled in last month that I have not used up. I actually kind of forgot that I had it. I have used it though. So it is this card right here from Becca, and it has three different versions of their opal highlighter. So it has their poured version, their pressed version, and then also their liquid version. Aside from the middle one, I have used the other two, and I actually really like both of them. I really enjoyed putting, either one of the two liquid versions. I liked tapping that on my cheeks and then sometimes going over that with a powder highlight. I enjoyed both of these. So this is gonna stay in for the next month so I can get the rest of it used up. The only thing that kind of sucks is that they are a little bit darker, so maybe I can spend some time in the sun during the month of May and it'll be a little bit better of a match. Not that it really matters because I'm not seeing anybody, so nobody will notice. Except Alex, of course. But this is staying in, but so far I'm actually really enjoying this. So I need to roll some things in. Oh, and they're sitting behind me. Okay, so we will actually put this off to the side since I'm not ready for that yet. I have four things now. So the first is a foundation. This is the Milk Makeup Sunshine Skin Tint. So it's more of a skin tint, obviously not a foundation. And let's see, we do have the shades Fair, Light, Sand, and Medium. So I will likely have to go for the shade Fair, which is the lightest one in here. I'm pretty excited to try this out. I don't know that I've heard anything from it. This does have an SPF of 30. It's preservative free and hydrates the skin while providing a sheer buildable natural coverage infused with mandarin oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and olive oil. So lots and lots of oils. Who knows how well that'll work for my oily skin, but we're gonna give it a try and see how we like it. There does seem to be an okay amount of product in here, so hopefully enough for at least one, maybe two uses. But I guess we'll see. Next is a pressed powder product, and this is an Hourglass product. So we have two different pressed powders here. We have the shade Luminous light and then ethereal light. So it looks like we'll have kind of a bronzing shade and then a highlighting shade. I like products like this actually, that where the powder is pressed onto a sheet. I just find that they're pretty easy to use and get a feel for how the product works. So that's my third item, I guess, if you count the Becca product that's not used up as product number 1. And I have another foundation. This is the Bare Minerals Original Foundation. Now, I used this foundation so many years ago, probably like 10 years ago, and I don't remember how much I like it. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've heard so many people, a good handful of people, talk about this foundation recently and talk very highly of it. So I'm pretty excited to give it a try again. This is another sample where the powders are pressed onto the sheet. I don't know how well that'll work for a powder foundation. I guess we'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to get like at least one use out of it. And I might even be able to use Tan Nude, this darker shade right here, as a bronzer shade. I guess we'll have to see, but I'll probably have to use the lightest shade in here as like a foundation shade. So pretty excited about this because if it works really well, I might be interested in actually picking up a full size of this foundation. And last, we are rolling in an eyeshadow, which is kind of weird for a sample product, but it is the Cover FX High Impact Shimmer eyeshadows. And we do have 3 little samples right here of this. We have Moonstone, Soleil, and Amethyst. I'll actually give you a close-up of what this looks like. So we have a purple, what looks like a copper, and then I'm not really, Moonstone might be a taupe color. I definitely think I can get a couple uses out of each of these, which is exciting. I'm excited to try this. I don't think I've ever heard anything about these, so maybe they'll be good, maybe they'll be crap. I'll let you know next month. And those are all of the new samples that I will be trying out over the next month, and hopefully I will be able to get all of them used up by the next update. I mean, if I use them all up before 30 days, then I'll go ahead and film an update sooner than that. But like I mentioned with the Becca one, I still haven't finished that one. So if you like project pans, definitely consider checking out my channel. I have a year-long project pan and an eyeshadow project pan going on, and lots of other previous videos from previous years if you need some project pan inspiration. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I think that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.